system. There are many European countries that have.
Usually I would start with
Oh, you mean like
cloth armor
European
here,
countries with a higher density of whites, like
but
Northern Europe.
I'm going to play a little bit
That's
more
one way to phrase it,
aggressively.
yeah.
You don't mean Turkey.
No.
You don't mean Eastern Europe
No.
with the communists. So the only time you can come up with a system that's better than America, it's a country that's more white than America. I don't understand. It's like we don't like short hair, we don't like Birkenstocks, but
I used to date this girl. She had a shaved head. She was hot as fuck.
when you fuck them from behind, it looks like a dude.
It does.
I don't like that. That's
Got a
rape.
very small dude with a big ass.
Fucking a fat 12-year-old boy.
You like regular natural tits?
I like. It's like my buddy Trevor said. He goes, when I was 20, I dated a girl with droopy tits, and I hated it, but I sure wouldn't mind fucking with him right now. Like a girl doggy style, and they're hanging down like fucking bags and swinging.
I like that.
I couldn't look at them or I'd come.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, when you get older, your spectrum of attractiveness increases, and you're like, ooh, I'm fucking from behind. I can sort of smell poo. I love it.
Oh, really?
Just a faint whiff.
I don't know what it is
don't you
with
like a woman's
junglers
ass
and
in your
just
face?
I like a woman
spamming
who
laugh.
washes that ass first.
I want queefs. I don't break for queefs. You know, like you fucking go and you hear that, and they sort of want to stop.
Yeah,
I'm
I
fucking.
don't break for it either.
That's like I'm
I don't
driving
break
down the
for
highway
it.
and someone goes, "Hey!"
Okay, let me.
The biggest, way worse than racism than anything else, the biggest albatross on Black America's neck is this vision, this assumption that the world's out to get you. The elephant in the room with all this stuff is black failure, white guilt. And we need
He's
to
not
explain
autoing
why blacks are in prison.
like
We
you
need
should
to explain
be.
why blacks are doing badly. And to say, oh, cops are fucking horrible racist pigs, and America's racist, explains away the failure, and then there's no culpability, and you go, oh, that's why they're doing bad. It's our fault. And then you can get on with your day. But no, you're in jail because you've committed a crime.
Right. A swarm of bullshit in this one area. These kids grow up in this. It becomes their environment. They become institutionalized. Like it becomes their reality, and then they're stuck. And it's so hard to get out of that.
It's so hard for me to empathize with that. I mean, I look at Greenpoint, which is a really poor Polish neighborhood, and it's crime-free. There's drunks all over the street, passed out, but it's crime-free. You look at any poor
Just gotta keep
Eastern
cueing
European
him over and
neighborhood,
over again.
like Brighton Beach in Brooklyn. And I think of my dad. My dad grew up so poor that his toes make me dry heave because he had his brother's hand-me-down
Dude,
shoes.
how do I not?
And they were too small. And if you wear shoes too small, after an hour, you're like, I'm going to kill myself. But his whole life was shoes that were too small.
That's not annoying
Chinese
at all.
bookbinding. In politics, there's two groups. It's people
I'm just gonna
who
start
want to be
ZZ
left the
Rot.
fuck alone, and people who won't leave them the fuck alone. Blacks in Harlem are getting educated, and it's kicking ass. And
That is some
the
literal
left is
fucking
floundering
horseshit, though.
'cause they like blacks as their little pet victims, and when the free market helps them,
I
they
mean,
go,
I
"Wait,
knew the Lee
don't
was
help
there as
my
soon as he
victims,
started
that's
walking
mine."
up.
And I saw the New York Times headline.
I
that
just
said,
figured even if the Lee got
no
me,
charter schools thrive in Harlem. It's not a fix-all. And the article was basically saying not all black kids can go to charter schools in Harlem, so they're not that great.
Oh, that's hilarious. Open up more charter schools.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can't really buy anything but a fucking
he
longsword.
personifies this sort of fake beta male comedian with the cardigan and the I'm such a mess, I'm so fucked up. And these guys fuck 20-year-old girls while complaining and scratching their heads and going, I'm a mess. I had some chick.
At least
a
freeze
friend of
under
mine,
a tower.
39, her physician
Not like he
said,
can dive us.
Ooh, 35. Getting kind of late.
Too
And
early
she
for
said it to
that.
me, like, can you believe that sexist pig? And I go, he's a nerd. He has Asperger's. He's not
Right.
sexist.
Missing
He's
easiest
telling you
CS.
about your
Fuck.
fucking vagina. She told me that
Wow.
the managing editor, who looks kind of like Jimi Hendrix, but it's a woman.
That's
she,
4 in a row.
would cry herself to sleep at night because she
That's
waited
5
too
in a
long
row?
and her ovaries dried up. And I feel like screaming at her, your whole agenda is telling women that they're men and they don't need kids and they'll be fine without kids.
That's
And
6
you
in a
don't
row.
even believe that. fucking
7.
shit.
Gavin, would you support a Muslim American for president?
Hell no. That would be insane. That would be like having a German president in 1942 in America. Fucking Middle East. All feminists should move to the Middle East and get to work. I mean, if I was a feminist, I wouldn't be putting up white supremacy stickers. I'd be putting up stickers saying, get Sharia out of America.
or we don't want your burqas here, or honor killings are dishonorable. That's a good one.
Burqas and hijabs. People can wear that. That's a religious expression thing. That's not.
There is no fucking way I was in Tower
Okay.
Ranch.
If the burqa is just religious expression,
I'm here.
That's perfectly fine. Why is it black polyester?
Whatever.
Why are you in a bin bag, as Billy Conley?
Alright, it's waves
Why is
pushing
it
back. By the time I get
flowing
back to the
white
lane, it's no big deal.
or a fresh cotton? It's clearly meant to punish the woman and make her suffer. And it impairs your vision. It's a form of oppression. But feminists in the West seem more concerned about high heel shoes, which woman wears a choice.
You
But a
chapter?
burqa is not a choice. It's illegal not to wear one all over the Middle East. Sharia law dictates a woman cannot show her body.
I'm not from that culture, so I would rather not tell them what to do right now.
We've got 3 million Muslims in America today. We've got places like Dearborn, Michigan, which are basically fifth columns for Islam. So it is here in America.
It is here.
And in the UK, we just had a child pedophile ring going on that wasn't investigated by the police because they didn't want to appear racist. So I think this sort of cultural relativism is really dangerous. Why are you so
Should be at like
focused on
35
these rich
CS
white
probably.
males who are essentially trying to get the economy going, trying to sell you stuff, trying to keep you happy because happy keeps the economy going. I mean, Jack Welch, the CEO of GE, he doesn't want women getting raped. He doesn't have time for that. He's worried about the bottom line. He doesn't have time for racism either. If he's looking at a resume, okay, this is a new accountant. Oh, good. He's going to save us $250,000 a year in tax. Oh my God, he's that smart. And he's only asking for $150K. Well, the guy's a living profit machine. Of course, I'm going to. Oh. He's a black.
This game is rough.
It's about how they perpetuate the capitalist structure, though.
Minimum wage?
Minimum wage jobs.
You're not supposed to raise a family at McDonald's.
You may not be supposed to be, but there are too many people that is their only option.
Oh, because illegal aliens have crowded out the
Not
market.
just that.
Well, 15 million illegals working cheap has surely affected
Oh yeah.
the bottom line. So I think if you're concerned about wages and the working class, you should be fighting illegal immigration. They've driven down the wage gap. I mean, sorry, they've driven down the minimum wage. They've driven down wages in general.
The biggest concern is the wealth gap, though. I mean, how much the top percent is making in comparison to everybody else.
I'm a libertarian for everything but open borders. I don't understand why they want open borders.
Well, because we feel like the people in the other countries got a shitty deal. They got a bad roll of the dice, and they're stuck in this really
Roll the dice.
stinky
Evolution is a roll the dice.
evolution from Mexico. Mexico sucks because of Mexicans.
What have they contributed to society in the past
Tacos,
100 years?
Burritos,
That's what
Chipotle.
Vincente Fox said. All religions are the same.
Well, I think
Except for
thankfulness.
Muslim religions, because they have such a severe problem with inbreeding that they've gone backwards in time.
Did it again, huh? See what you did?
See what you
See
did
what
there?
you're doing. You're fucking
No, look
around.
at Iran in 1965 and look at Iran now. They've gone backwards in time.
Well, a lot of that has to do with
It's kind of a waste of money.
war. A
To
lot
be
of that
honest,
has
I
to do
bought
with
too many pots
all
this game.
sorts of fucked up shit that's going on in the
Yeah,
Middle East.
marrying your
That's
first cousin is what it has.
What are you doing?
Can I get a bucket to piss in?
Yeah, well, you can go piss. There's a bathroom right out there.
It's discouraged.
So I
And I
need
think that's why we have
1,500.
so many of these ginger jihadis. I mean, you look up any attack against America, and I keep repeating this, but from Boston Bombers, you mentioned in the book, you look at their childhood, and it was always, I played soccer, and he listened to Van Halen, and he was a relatively normal kid. He was still an immigrant, and his parents were still Muslim, but he was on the way to assimilation. And then they start to get into adolescence, and they get into a culture where we've trivialized patriotism, and we said this country sucks, and
Right.
it's racist, and the cops kill black people for sport.
Right.
And you start getting mad, and the next thing you know, you hate this country.
But yes, the culture has to be changed too. I think that would be a lot easier if we didn't have people, millions, tens of millions pouring in who have no affection and no commitment to this culture.
Like, I
Yeah,
think
but
Jesus.
gay marriage is a tiny contingent of bitchy gays. Most gays don't give a fuck. It's almost like
But they want to be a woman. You're not. You can't be a woman. You can't be a bat. You can't be a giraffe. Becoming a woman is not something you get off a shelf. What's the matter with homosexuals? Why do you hate all this shit? And I go, obviously I don't fucking care. Like if you're on a mountain and you do something to yourself, you can cut your face off. There was just a woman in the news. She decided she wanted to be blind, and she had a physician put shit in her chemicals in her eyes. She's blind.
Should have taken
Fucking insane.
exhaust.
I don't want to make that illegal, but I want to also say let's not normalize this because someone who is
It's gonna
kind
stack
of
armor
dumb
this
and
game.
crazy and thinks they want to be blind, now you've made it okay. So the MMA fight is a perfect example of the problem with this whole live and let live thing, because now we have a dude with tits and a fake cunt kicking the shit out of chicks.
I find strip clubs to be a real sort of cathedral of worship for women. It's seen as a sexist place, and I think when women go there, they think everyone's going to be going, ha ha ha, look at that fucking naked bitch, pour beer on her tits, yeah. But I find women are shocked to see what it is, where it's like a church, where men are just staring in awe. They're not talking. They're very quiet. They just sip their beer, and women just put their asshole in the guy's face, and he's just sort of sipping his beer, just going. And a woman who takes good care of herself, her anus does look beautiful. Now you say a man. If I was to put my ass in your face, you would need 100% of your willpower not to throw up. I've got hairs all around it. I probably have hemorrhoids. My bag hangs down like a turkey's gullet, and it's got sporadic hairs like a
It's about how
dying
you appreciate
Darth Vader.
bodies, though, because bodies can be quite beautiful, and it's who.
So you're one of these people who believes that fat people are beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
But that's, can we at least agree it's unhealthy to weigh 500 pounds?
Yes, of course.
So when we glorify everyone and say everything is beautiful, it's your muffin top hanging over your big gunt hanging over your belt is wonderful, you're actually encouraging obesity. What's the matter with beauty? And it's not like men are picky. All these standards are...
I think it's about encouraging health. Some people are healthy at different sizes, and
No, you're not healthy when you're fat.
500 pounds is a different story. But I'm saying there is some.
280 ain't great either.
There is.
Oh, I just feel like I don't understand why men get blamed for these unattainable beauty standards when we're fucking pigs.
This is the key to political correctness. It's not about justice. It's about me telling you how to speak. It's about the upper classes telling the lower classes, oh, you don't say black anymore. You say person of color. Look at how they act when an old person, like a war vet, says Negro. They have this sort of giggling, like, Negro, that's so old. That's like 4 names ago. They're not up to date with the names we've been telling them. I was on Fox once, and this woman said that Hillary said colored person, and what Hillary actually said was person of color. And she was mortified in the green room, going, oh my God, I said colored person. I meant to say that Hillary said person of color. Well, that's what should I do? I'm like, why don't you apologize to him right now? Because there's some black guy, sound guy over there. I'm like, go apologize to him. Maybe he'll forgive you.
How ridiculous is it that it's okay to say a person of color, but it is not okay to say a colored person? That is the same
Proof
fucking
that
thing.
this is all bullshit.
I
And
agree with
back
you on
then,
that.
like at my boxing gym, all the black dudes are, and the Puerto Ricans and the Hispanics, they're
Are
all
really good.
riffing. They're all
And the white
riffing.
people get brain damage.
They're all riffing on each other's ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you're Puerto Rican. What would you know? You
You're
fucking go
allowed
back
to.
on welfare. It's a fun way to riff, and it was
Right.
the way it was a generation ago with the Archie Bunkers on the docks.
Sure,
Like, look
yeah.
at this fucking Polak. And I believe that we were closer when we could make jokes like that and relax and be like, oh, it was on island time. Look at the black guy. That's what I love about New York.
I disagree.
Like, I'm scared of women at work.
I'm scared of women, period.
I don't riff at work.
They turn to sand. They hate
The
men.
sand was an
They cry
analogy to
themselves.
describe ovaries being less
fucking with you the
fertile.
way you fuck with people, and you can't take it. How
No,
dare
I
you?
want to be clear. And the black women, right, at work, they don't like that they're a pariah. You're in the lunchroom riffing and going, look, fag, you like hot dogs because they're cocks. And then a black woman walks in and they go, hi, Shaniqua, how are you? And everyone is walking on black woman eggshells, and that's not fun. And I don't think the black women like it either. They go, everyone was having fun until I walked into the lunchroom.
These fucking bureaucrats with no interest in being there, these rude, lazy morons are going to be handling your justice. you're imparting your freedom
Oh,
and
the
your
fucking
liberty
man, why did I
and
do that?
your equality. You're saying, hey, shitheads, can you run my life, please? Even the cat calls today are fucking pussy cat calls. They're like, hello, yo, you're so beautiful, God bless. What?
What's wrong with that?
It's pussy whip. You're supposed to say, that ass just ruined my day. Or, I would fucking suck the dick. I would love to kiss. Well, tell me a fire.
so-
I'm genuinely interested. Tell me a fire.
I mean, sexual assault is still an issue.
More men get raped than women. So, feminism, we need feminism because too many men are getting raped.
Too many people are getting raped. That's better.
Okay,
No,
that
you just-
actually
it's a-
makes sense. We need feminism because more men are getting raped than women, and we need to bring that number down.
We need to bring all numbers down around rape and sexual assault.
Well, the cases of rape are plummeting over the past quarter century. All crime is
huge for
going
that.
down. Okay, so, but then feminists should be outside prisons going, this is out of control. Stop prison rape. Stop prison rape. Leave men alone. Leave men alone. I cannot picture that.
Yeah, well, I think that there should be more.
Okay, so
addressing-
men getting raped is one fire that we need feminism for. Give me another one. Women in the hood love being catcalled. Black women
Not
love
all
it.
of them, no.
Well, not all of them.
And not all the time. I mean,
Nothing is all. Nothing, it's not. We're not in Stalinist Russia. Nothing's all.
I have witnessed women trying to protect themselves and figure out how to get out of the situation just because of aggressive catcalls. And, like,
Well, you're right. Black
navigating.
men can get out of control sometimes,
It's
but for the
actually
most part,
pretty balanced in who's catcalling.
oh really? Lots of black women running in fear from horny white men in Bed-Stuy.
It does happen.
Women are bleaching their anus. You know how many men have gone, she's almost perfect, but her anus is brown, so we're splitting up.
It's like my opinion on Macy Gray. Not my cup of tea.
The singer?
Yeah. But I don't have a beef with Macy Gray. I just think she sucks. I think she abandoned her kids, actually, for her career. Yeah.
Are you just making that up?
No, you need a nerd to look it up, though.
A nerd. How dare you?
Maybe the super cool guy who gets laid a lot can look it up.
And you know what drives me nuts about New York? Sorry, pre-2015 Gav. These fucking kids dancing on the subway for money, and they're swinging around the poles. You know about this?
No.
They fucking...
So, like, you get on the subway.
Get on the
and they go,
subway,
"Ladies
mind
and
your own
gentlemen, I'm
business."
about to do a show.
Yep.
Oh,
boom,
boy.
boom, 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 and they get out, and the shit they're doing isn't impressive. They're swinging around a pole on the train, and you go, that's a stripper pole, faggot. You're not as good as the strippers I usually see. You're a loser. And then they'll do shit like they'll go upside down and slide down it slowly, and you can see the people who just moved here going, oh my God. And I go to a strip club, and you'll see way better shit than that. And then they do this thing with their hat, where they flip it and plop it on their head like that's hard.
Right.
Like if we were drinking
Like a top hat?
outside, no, a baseball hat, or they'll catch in their teeth and flip it on their head. If we were drinking at an outside bar and you did that, I would go, oh, okay.
Yeah, it would be
I wouldn't go,
it's annoying. It is annoying.
It's fucking annoying.
I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Most people don't know this.
When I'm at my friend's house and his mom serves me spaghetti, I'm thinking about her in lingerie. But
But you learn how to control it. And that's about how
exactly,
you
it's like
become an adult.
it's like having a gnarled, twisted, elephantitis, fucking thalidomide arm. You just deal with this handicap. So it's like a little screen that's constantly playing in your mind, and you could be talking to a porn star who's nude, and well, you do it on the beach when you talk to him with a bikini who's asking you directions. You're like, I am about to get a boner, but you go right down there and you see the hot dog stand. It's farther down there. We can't fight to erase that. I don't understand why women aren't sexual enough. They've got every STD under the sun. Ovarian cancer is going through the roof because they've all had venereal warts on their cervix.
They're uncomfortable. They don't know how to have
No,
them.
they like being dominated in bed. Straight women. See, you guys have ruined the community. Now you're ruining sex. I used
That's
to.
not ruining sex.
Yes,
That's
it
being
is.
able to
Permission
express
is-
your needs.
Is a turnoff. I
But it's
used to
also
go your
oh.
way. When I was in college, I tried the whole, can I put my hand here? Can I put my hand here? their pussies would be
Well,
as dry as the Sahara Desert.
There's
Then I
levels
started,
to
one
that.
day I was just fucking a girl and I said, who's your
Oh,
daddy?
what?
And she started writhing and ecstasy.
CC Rock got nerfed
push through
hard.
this vein. And then, next thing you know, I'm
That used to be able to
choking them,
reach to, like,
plugging
here.
their nose when I fucked their mouths, calling them
Yeah,
whores,
most of that
slapping them. And I didn't get more laid than when I started to become a fucking domineering asshole.
Dude,
I
they're
got
forgetting
an
the
email
wave.
once that said, thank you for raping me last night. Heterosexual sex is like a snake grabbing the mouse, and if you've ever seen it, when it sinks its fangs into the mouse, and the mouse just sort of goes, they want a snake to take over. They don't want, okay,
They-
first of all, I
some-
lick my anus licked, and then that's for about 1 minute, and then go work on my clit, and then just
But-
in and out, and in and out.
Permission-based sex can still be super raunchy and super juicy.
Okay, I want you to break in here and violate me, and then ask me
Yeah.
what I want next. Good sex
Set it
is
up however
right
you
on
need.
the verge of this is going to court. You're like Icarus.
For you,
want
maybe.
to fly
For you,
close
maybe.
to the sun, but
But not
not.
for everybody.
I thought I was fucking a girl in her ass, and it went into her cunt, and it actually went into his condom. And so
Inside.
I'm looking down at
What,
her.
how loose is his condom? What is it, a fucking trash bag?
I was harder
Doesn't
than
even
him,
make
I guess.
sense.
Half of least resistance. So I'm looking down at
You're
it, and
making
I'm
things
like,
up.
I swear to God,
You
I'm
got inside his condom.
Yep.
So you're using the
not.
condom
No one ever
as
believes
a
me about this. thing.
container so that you guys could rub dicks together.
That wasn't the plan, but I was like, I'm fucking this bitch's ass, and I look down, and I see an asshole, and I'm like, how many assholes does this woman have? I'm in at least one of them, and then I reach down, and I feel a condom on.
How-
You're pushing and
Right.
pushing and pushing, and then you sort of feel, it's like two mobsters digging a hole for a body, and their shovels clink. Like,
Right.
you don't fucking care, you're at work.
Right, I understand.
Push
What's
me
this
again.
girl doing the whole time? Calling, what the hell just happened? It's like Donald Sutherland
Yeah.
in Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, well, she's got two dicks in her vagina. She's fucking, whoa, Buster.
Listen,
She was from Malta. I go, I didn't have a condom on, I have a condom on. And then I pull out, and I bust a nut on her butt.
Okay. That's the last time they try and dive Teemo. 4v5. We're winning that fight. I actually won that.